Hello, Tony Bradshaw with AddSomeToYourIncome.com here to talk with you about how to make extra money while on maternity leave. I'm going to share with you my experience of being on maternity leave. For me, it's called paternity leave, of course. I will share some ideas of what you can do, and then towards the end, really help guide you to focus on doing what makes you extra money all the time. It just happens that during maternity leave you have some extra time. I will put a little bonus in there about the 5 bank accounts. Just setting those up alone during your maternity leave can set you up for success in making extra money. So let me first start with sharing my experience in being on maternity leave and how I use that time, which has later brings in income. Let's dive in. So the income increases when you do things that bring you valuables that can be shared with the world. Your income is 3 types: labor income, gift income, passive income. Labor income, you work today, you get paid right away. Well, while you're on maternity leave, you're at home not having to go into the job. And if you have a really nice leave, you're maybe getting paid or a partial payment or paid for a number of weeks. Either way, you're not having to go in and spend your time working, which is why you're looking for other ways to make additional income. Gift income. You may have seen some gifts come to you that weren't necessarily money. Usually with the birth of a child, you have gifts that are given to you. We didn't resell any of those, and I wouldn't recommend that. Although maybe, look at it. If you got 3 baby bouncers, you only need 2. You've got that eBay account or your connection to marketplace and just friends, and you realize, hey, I could sell this stuff. Yard sale is definitely a possibility right now. Yeah, you have that time. You're able to see these are extra things just collecting dust that I never even need. You can have a yard sale and make a couple $100. The gift income, though, at this time is interesting. Depending on if you had extra medical expenses, you could potentially be asking for individuals to help with that. Just showing here, your grandma and grandpa, or your uncle and aunt. It's kind of tricky, though, like asking for the money, more so moving into passive income. And this is what I did when I found myself on maternity leave, and I had a couple of months, paternity leave, right? Because I'm the dad. I had a couple of months. I worked on my book writing. I'm not an best-selling author yet, okay, but I was able to work on my craft. It was just how I wanted to spend that time. I was feeling that feeling of I'm a dad, I've got this brand new baby, I have weird hours. Sometimes I'm up at 2 a.m. because I'm rocking a baby who has colic. Just a quick aside, all 4 of our children were colicky. Each was like having 3 babies at the same time. They would not sleep well. So although we only have 4 children, it felt like we had 12 infants. So it was a rough time. Speaking of time, that's the bell for the day. I happened to be at school on President's Day today in order to make these videos about adding to income. I'm here. I had a tough time getting here, and I'm here and I'm working on this. So another example, right? I've set for myself to work on public speaking and presenting information about ways to increase your income. I have this time, and so I'm working on it. You're going to want to find out what it is for you. What it is that you're going to share. What will you create that's valuable that you're going to give to the world? Make your life a gift. You've received a gift, this new child. Make sure you get some quality time with that kid. Make sure you take that time. I think my writing that I was doing was actually just me trying to record, because I also found myself writing down what was happening and how I was being able to do that. I will also say I worked on my hobbies. I worked in the yard. I spent time doing things in the garage, building, tinkering, fixing things, yeah, the projects around the house that needed to be done. It was a very healthy thing to not just focus on money, but to kind of just take life in, enjoy life in that moment. And I did come out of it with both a book and an outline for another book. That was me. What is it for you? Is it artwork? Is it composing songs? Maybe you just find yourself volunteering. And often volunteering builds to something else from there. You've got time. Use it wisely. That has already gotten me to starting to talk about how you'll want to focus on creating something valuable. Again, with the 3 types of income, when you're looking at labor income, that's going and working today, getting paid right away. When you're looking at passive income, that's doing things today that you're going to get paid harvest. Whereas gifted income, someone else worked yesterday. I recommend you focus on your passive income. Think about the things that you could be making that could be sold. What is that for you? Most people already know what that is. Like, you wake up in the morning and you know you have the day, and what are you going to do? I woke up this morning and I went back to sleep, actually. I slept for another hour. I had removed my early morning alarm. It's not a regular school day. I didn't have to get here as early. I actually wasn't very late getting to school today, and I'm here and I'm working on what I want to work on, because when I wake up in the morning, I want to work on helping other people know how to make extra money, how to increase your income. And I'm here. That's what I'm doing. What are you going to do? Take some time to think about it. Find some books from the library to read about it. Investing in your knowledge is going to be one of the best things that's going to increase your income. Find the books about, if you're going to do a side hustle, what's that going to be? Are you going to have a job that you're going to still have enough passion that on your days off that you're experiencing right now, and you'll have more of them in the future, you'll work on? This is going to be your great work. Your, as it's called in the music world, magnus opus. What is it that you're going to be creating that's valuable for the world? And it takes some time to reflect, and you have that time. What is it that this child is going to know you for? Instead of going in and being a bean counter and then getting money for counting beans, what is it you're going to do? And this kid is going to be able to say, my dad is, and fill in the blank, or my mom is, and fill in the blank. You get to carve out who you are and start working on that legacy. I promised a little bonus of talking about setting up the 5 bank accounts and how the 5 bank accounts could help you in increasing your income. The weekend for me, I spent some time reading some more in 2 books. One I'm reading for the first time, which is The Giving Way to Happiness. The second, I'm reading the 3rd time, which is The Paradox of Generosity. My 5 bank accounts, the one to really make sure you set up and have planned on is the giving account, the gifting account. You want to increase your gift income? Then give. And that's how to do it. There's something about it. And these books particularly help in, there's books from the library for you. The Paradox of Generosity, and the subtitle is something like, in giving we receive, in grasping we lose. So if you're grasping and holding on to it, you're losing. All right? If you're giving and you're open-handed, for me, it was really prying the fingers. You can watch some of my other material about finally getting to the point that I could give, even as a teacher, on my teacher's salary, trying to feed 6 mouths. And that's a concern. And I know you're there too. Set up the 5 bank accounts. And one of them is the gift account. An account where you put money to say, we're going to give this away to something we believe in, something that's going to make a difference for our child. Now, Another account is to save to spend, and that is really important for you have this child growing. You can call that account and make it different things you want. For example, you could set up an account. There are these accounts I learned about that you can have an account that you put money in and it grows interest free, and then it's money that can only be spent on school expenses for your child. That's a save to spend. It's a save to spend in a specific way in the future, 18 years from now when they're entering college. We put this money in here, it has grown, and now you get to spend it, and it's all interest-free growth, which is awesome. You can say, whenever people want to give gifts to your child or to you, you can say, instead of giving us whatever Tinker toy, we already have 3 of these baby bouncers, you could put that money into this account. Here's the account information. You can just send it there or give us a check and we'll put it there. We'll show you that it went there. And we're not just, buying things that we want, but it's going to be for this child when they're in college. So that's a save to spend later. You also want to save to invest, or the investment account. Having an investment account so that when I say you could get some books, you have an account. It's the investment account. And you're saying, okay, I'm buying these books to improve me, but better my craft, and there's the money for me to buy these books. I currently go to get books from the library and then they're not there, so I need to have that investment fund, and it's there for me to buy those books, which improves me. And when you invest in yourself, you see the greatest dividends or returns. You're going to have a save to keep account. This is money you put in there and it's untouchable. Of course, the 5th account, which I usually talk about first, is the income account. The account where your money flows in. You want to make extra money? You have an account where you put that and you can actually see, hey, I am making more than I was before because of the things that I've done. More money is flowing in. This account gives me that evidence. I highly recommend you set up those 5 bank accounts. I also highly recommend you take that hand and just hold that baby and think. Take some time to think. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.